Hello. I thought we could talk about the end section of this track that I'm working on, and it's a fairly got the headphones on, and it's a fairly like big end section, like we usually do, and so it comes from the theme that I've explored previously. It's like a large 7/4, I guess. Dum 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 dum. There you go. So I mean, it's by this point it's like full blast. We've got like everything going, and what a problem that bands, well, I don't say it's necessarily a problem, is that when people talk about heavy and people talk about like, oh, we're going to make this the super climax, they always think about bass, right? I mean, because you have a lot of low end and then it goes boom, which I think is great. And I mean, we've got our tourist pedals and they're ready to go, and we've got our Mellotron choirs, the 8 voice and the male voice. So we're like ready to go. So we can do all of that. But what people have a tendency of forgetting is the top end, the high end. And as a percussionist, this is an area that I actually enjoy spending time in. So I thought I could show you what I've done, because it's all based on a ostinato pattern. Dum 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 dum. What have I got? Yeah, here we go. Something like. Yeah. Something like that. So I started out by using my Horner Glockenspiel, and I recorded that. And it sounds something like this. No, it didn't. Sounds something like this. Which is wonderful. So you've got your nice high end, like glistening. But I mean, one Glockenspiel won't really suffice, will it? So I dubbed that. So it's 2, and then all of a sudden you get this kind of dreamy feel. So while you've got this chaotic, big prog rock thing happening, there's something almost fairy tale-esque going on underneath, which I really, really like. I'm not a big fan of the like one idea, very loud kind of a thing there. It's just one idea. So the idea of having like the big prog rock bang thing with the tourist pedals and the Mellotron choirs going is great, but it can't only be that, because then it's actually really flat. So we've got our Horner Glockenspiel, but then I also lift in my the Yenko Celeste, which is here. I don't know if you can see it, but what a Celeste is just generally, is that it's a Glockenspiel with a keyboard, right? But so it's on like all the the Swan Lake. It's got a lot of Celeste on it, and we've also got it on a lot of like the Sinatra stuff. The glistening is on naturally on a lot of the Christmas songs and stuff. And I like it because it also reminds me of the cold, and it gives those kind of associations. Anyway, so I added the Celeste. And all of a sudden, because they're like, the Glockenspiel isn't perfectly in tune, and the Celeste isn't perfectly in tune, which means that all of a sudden you get this great modulation going on. So I recorded not 1, not 2, but 3 Celestes, and this is what you get. clunky stuff is the mechanics from the Celeste. Then I added one of my favorite instruments, and it's these bells, which are chilling. They're toys. Good night. Ding 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 ding. But you can also press them like that. What? Toys on Progressive Rock and Lord album. Yes, toys. Because they will add something completely different. So we'll throw them in there as well, in the mix. And then all of a sudden, we've got this going on. We can just, I'll let you hear them. And then you add a second one. And then we add the rest of the family. And then, also, besides the Horner Glockenspiel, I've got a Musser Glockenspiel. Is that? Not sure how you pronounce it, but it's like kind of Wagner Glockenspiel, where you like got the ping and all the horn sections just shatter because it's so loud. But it's very clean sounding, which is great. And I did 2 takes of that, so all of a sudden we've got 4 Glockenspiels. We've got 4 Glockenspiels, 2 kids' bells. We've got the two Musser, 2 Horner, 3 Celestes, kids' bells, and hold the French fries, right? Yeah, sort of. So we've got like the high end, well then we want the low end, right? So we add the Grand Cassa. And that's wonderful, but we want the audience to go, I can't believe how big this is. And the biggest sound that we can find is of course the gong, right? So we'll add the gong. And then it goes. Let's add the band. Hey, hey. And there you go. So now we've constructed like this really symphonic section just by using very small sounds, except for the Grand Cassa and the huge gong that we're using. But yeah, and also I mean the fact that it's not entirely tight is exactly what makes it like that symphonic, or if you want to, that Phil Spector-y feel to it. And then on top of this there's going to be like birds on fire and triangles going gling 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 and yeah, I recorded this, which I thought was fun. Yeah, I'll throw that in. See if you can hear it. Well, of course you can. I recorded a siren from the megaphone, and I can't hear it. This is like the worst part of it all. Yay! There it is. And then you've got your I'm having a good time. This is really fun. Okay. Have a good night. Or whatever it is.